Friday night. It's Friday night. Friday. Hey everybody. I'm a happy guy. It's Friday night. The day job is done. It's time to start my weekend. And I've even got coffee. I got coffee because I don't mind like taking drugs to accomplish my goals. Especially on Friday night. There's no comeuppance. I'll just sleep in. Who cares? It keeps me up a little bit late. I don't care. It's my Friday. It's my time, damn it. When is it my time? My time right now is my time. And you can join me if you want. I'm making a game. It's my favorite thing to do, is to make my game. And that game is called the Godkiller. It's a 3D puzzle solving extravaganza. You walk around inside this detailed world. You solve puzzles. You make enemies. You make more enemies. You make maybe one friend in the whole game. It's a tough world out there. But when you're born into this world, that's how you start. You're actually born into the world. It's an afterlife. Like this character you control, her name is M. She died, I guess. I know, but that's a little ambiguous. Okay, so she died or something, and she's born into this new world, and the first person to greet her is God. And you'd hope that God would be a cool guy to hang out with and to talk to, but in this case he's not. He's kind of a jerk. And so the whole game is her just kind of not getting along with God and the schemes that God comes up with for her. And, just imagine yourself getting dumped into some weird world, and you don't know how the hell you're supposed to do anything inside of it. And the rules that people have made up don't seem to make much sense. And a lot of bad things happen that you don't have much control over. Hey, that sounds like our world, kind of. Did you sign the social contract? I did not. We just got born into a random country with random parents, with a random set of skills and weaknesses. And we got to figure out what the hell we're going to do in the short amount of time we've got there. It's the same problem that M's got. And we'll see if she does any better than we. Okay. So let's get to the demo of recently completed progress. Not this game. That's a different game that I made a long time ago. All right. I'm focused on face animation right now. And one character's talk in the game. They're like tiny little characters. You can see on the screen. She's so small. If I had like the camera zoom in on our face, it would break the whole integrity of the design. Because you're supposed to walk around in this world and the camera is always up above you. So what I did instead to add some drama to this, to add some emotion, is I made it so that when she talks, or when any character talks, a face will appear above them. And it will convey emotions, and it will talk like a cartoon. I've got mouth animations, lip animations, all ready to go. The eyes will move around, the lids will go up and down, blink, all that kind of thing. Now, recently, what I did is I made something I call auto fade. And the way it works is that if you move over an area where having the face appear at that time would cover up something that might be important, it goes to this much higher transparency or translucency. But if you're in some area where, there's nothing really underneath the face, it's still a little bit translucent. But it's not like it is when you go over to something that is more complex. Okay, so I can come out over here, for example. See, and as her face moved off over here, the algorithm faded out because there's some complex stuff down here. Now I started out with a scoring algorithm, and I think what I really want is for it to be more like if there's any kind of problem at all, anything at all that might bother the player about seeing it, let's go ahead and shut it off, do the dimmed version. Otherwise, show the prominent version. There's a few things to tweak on this to get it going in a way where I won't have to think about it much afterward. I've listed them out, and on this stream I will work on them. And I think I might be able to say at the end of this stream I'm 100% done with the auto fade feature, aside from any bugs or playtesting concerns that come up later. I always like to say things are 100% because it has that feeling like I can safely move forward without feeling like I'm going to have to come back later and do something else, which is inefficient, by the way. It's not good to be always backtracking to add one extra thing to some code, because you got to load in that context into your head again. There's quite a few pieces of code that I've been able to just get to work, get to do everything I wanted to, and then I just didn't have to think about them after that. So that's my aim. Let's see if we can get this to 100% on this session. So you can see here, like, if she walks over Billy, it goes dim. Otherwise, it goes bright. All right. So yeah, it's 5:40. I think I might go till 8. Maybe a little bit later if I'm really feeling pressed. So I've got about 2 hours to get the changes in that I want in. I think that's enough time. I think it is. Let's do it. All right, I wrote some notes. So one problem I've got is that the logic is evaluating the square that you were at last instead of the square that you're going into. And to fix that, I need to use the logical game state of where M, or the character in question, is at, as opposed to the transform, which lags behind the logical game state. In this game, there's animation, but it's always kind of residual. Like, it shows what just happened, and according to the game, the logical game state is already the truth. So all animation that is shown here is sort of describing something that already happened. So currently I've got the evaluation based on the position of the transform. I need to bind against a piece and get the position inside the logical game state based on that. If anyone wants to be a game developer, like they really want to be that, here's the test. It's Friday night. Your friends are out, getting drunk, getting high. You got texts, they say, hey, come on out with us. This is like post-COVID lockdown type of a world Or they're saying, hey, let's play Fortnite. But the thing that you most want to do is just sit down in front of a computer by yourself, write some code, see your game come to life. So if you can answer that question as you want to be sitting in a chair like I am on a Friday night, making your game more than anything else in the world, then yeah, I encourage you to get into game development. Make it your life, I guess. All right, so Face Manager has got some stuff in it for binding or register. Okay, so I could add something here. Well, there's this on board change, and I get the board. So in theory, I could do a linkage. So let's do this. Cool. Are pieces linked to faces? Verbose. Link pieces to faces, and we'll pass in the board, and we'll pass in the faces. And I get to make my favorite kind of function, a static function. What is your issue? Oh, yeah, it doesn't need to be public at all. Good. Okay. Okay. So I write that just in case some future version of me comes in and says, look, why do I need the pieces? I've got the transforms, that should be good enough. The time I would delete this function would be when there's a bug in it, like 3 months from now, and I'll say, what is this crap? I don't need it. Let's just do it this other way, which is easier. That's why I write that comment there, because I don't trust future me. Do not trust him. Lazy fucker. All right, so how to go about doing this? can go reactants. Okay, this will be I numerable, I reactant piece. Okay. Let me do one more for the player who's not a reactant. Does this help if I just say default? Did I get a different warning maybe? No, it's fine. Okay. I do want to check on my characters a little bit later, make sure I'm not using static variables. Actually, I think it's okay. It's okay because they'll get set when the scene loads. It should override anything. Oh, but what if... Okay, all right, to do. Double check. Characters. for static. References saved between scenes. Okay. So otherwise we'll say if transform equals face character transform, then we say that the character piece will equal the piece. More than that, we'll just return because no more work to do. And not every piece will have a what's the complaint? I don't want to bring link into it. That's not like something that makes me happy. Okay, I like that. So we'll say or otherwise. I do like that inversion complaint. I think that's a good thing to do. But this one though, is it really desirable to convert it to use link? I think I might just disable this one for good. Yeah. Okay, so then yes, you can do this. Okay, update face for board change. So here, I need to be able to look at either thing. So we'll say first we want, and let's do it this way. Passive face out. Okay, so first we try piece. So if face character piece not equal null, we'll say face character piece get call row height out C out R out H return. What's wrong with that? What is wrong with that? I thought it was declared up here. Wait, now you're complaining about something. I'm confused. I'm confused. Oh, it's probably down here. Yeah, that's it. Okay, that's fine, and it's gonna complain about expensiveness, which is around this log here. But I want to keep this log for a little bit longer. Maybe move this to characters. Yeah, I think in theory, the character binder, let's see, in theory, we would never reference any of the characters that weren't bound inside of a scene, and they'd have their face controller and transform updated. I think it's okay. But let me write a little note to myself about that. Love letters to myself. Okay. Let me think. Inside of here, where do I want to get, not here, face manager. Where do I want to set breakpoints and check things? I think I would like to know if this works. I'd like to know if this works. I already know this code works. No reason to think it won't. That's probably it. Okay, let's give it a shot. Turn off the maximize so I can see what the hell's going on. Okay, here we go. Length of pieces. Should have one reactant, Billy. Yep. I think I've got 3 faces. Who's this one? No, not you. Just that's the player. Okay. So this one should not match. What? What? Wait a minute, there's only 3 faces? Why are there 3 faces? I thought there would be... Oh, yeah, right. Because only M has a character animation binder. Only M does. God and Billy don't have one yet. And that's fine. Okay, now this one should work. There we go. Okay. Very nice. Okay, very nice. Perfect. Oh, it's good. It just gets rid of that weird laggy thing I had before, which would drive players nuts. So now it's either on or off, and you go back and forth. It predictably goes between the 2 states. I think what the difference is between those two. Well, they're kind of, they're close. So here, richness is at 0.045. I think I can see why, because the squares here are at the same height. There's a few squares that are not at the same height, and those are making the richness score go up a little, but we're not over the threshold yet. As soon as I go down, there's more squares that have a height difference, and it's judged to be a richer piece of information that was obscured. I was going to try to do something a little bit clever, like if she's got her face up against the wall, to show on the wall. But thinking about it further, besides that being more complicated to write the code for, the player might want to see what's up on that wall. Like if there's something there, they really might want to see it. There's this weird case too. I almost feel like just hiding the face when the camera ducks down instead of trying to make the face do something useful here. That would probably serve me better. So the problem is if you get the amount of space that the face covers is going to change when you duck down. Okay. I also think that this low opacity mode is not going to be bad for talking and playing at the same time, and I shouldn't work too hard to identify places where I can go to high opacity. It's better to err on the side of low opacity, because if the player really wants to see the face, after a while they'll get used to the rules and they'll say, okay, I'm going to drag the face out into the open area and I can see it full on. The other thing that's possible, I think I want to do, is if the player just comes to a stop and they wait a little bit, they're not moving, can have the face go to high opacity despite there being stuff underneath. Cat. Push him. Okay. Okay. Got some more fixes to make. Fix this one. I wonder if let me think about this. Because I could. Let's do this. We'll say. No start yet. Okay. Maybe I want camera util. I'm not sure yet. I know I don't want to do the analysis for the camera position twice. So I think this find best camera position should return something that tells me if the camera was ducked. Okay, so let's see. It returns a distance. If that distance is less than the max distance, I could return true. I'm not using the return yet, so let's just make this a bool. Okay, and then we'll say return. I should do that. What did I say? I did. Oh, gotta get rid of this. Okay, I can simplify this a bit. That's all for camera util, and go up one level. This track is ducked. I mean, where else it's being called? See all the places it's being called. Camera placer. No, don't need anything there. All right, so then we need to expose is duct via an accessor. I should do maybe a property get. I always forget how to do it. Is it get? What? No, it will be used. I just do it like that. I can throw it up top. Just get rid of the other variable. Okay, and down here we just say is duct. What? Okay. I think the way I had it before was better. Because I need to set it locally, but all right. I don't need to set it from outside. I shouldn't set it from outside this class. So that seems all right. Let's go to face manager and let's just change this is camera duct to, yeah, that one. Okay, that was a lot of changes in different modules to pass that all around, but I think there's a 71% chance it'll work the first time. I gotta see. Okay, there it ducked. So I would have expected it to hide the faces. Oh! It did hide them there, but we're not ducked. Looks like a delayed reaction, like one turn after type of a thing. Yeah, that's what's going on. So the code's working, but there's an issue. I think it's again that lag behind because of the transforms. So I might need some event besides board change. But other than that, it works like a champ. Okay, let's fix it. Maybe easier said than done. I could do an update here. Okay, let's see if this does it. Nice. I don't know why it's showing up here though. It might be just an on-off thing. Let me go try in a different room. Yeah, it's like on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off. How do I think about that? Okay, so this isn't too hard. We'll just say, I get it. I know why it's doing that. It makes sense. Because if the camera's ducked, it continues to be ducked, but each time I do an onboard change, it's saying, let's reset it. But if the camera remains ducked, I think that'll fix it. There we go. Okay, I think that's pretty good. All right, let's move on to the next. Think about this one first. So in Face Manager, I do have the amount of time that's elapsed since a move. So I can put it all in Face Manager. Say float last board change time. Okay, so the camera's not ducked. We haven't hidden the faces. Let's see. Maybe let's do this instead. I think this is a better check. And since I've got that check, I might as well do this. If not hid faces. Bam, 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 bam. That's cleaner. Okay. Show. Oh, let's just change this to static void set all faces opacity, and we'll say list faces float opacity, and then it's just this can go away. No, that's fine. Okay, I think that might do it. There it is. After 3 seconds, it pops in. It's pretty good. I like it. Gives an option to a player who just wants to stop and watch dialogue. Yeah. Let me see how the state management works when I'm ducked. 2, 3, bam, bam. That's pretty nice. I think I'm happy with that. Alright, what else? I'm just plowing through these. This is pretty nice. Alright, I think I am going to make it. I've got an hour or so before my brain starts to give a little bit. And it's time to order dinner, that kind of thing. Okay, face scale by height as opposed to width. So for that, let's go to face player. And let's change this variable. Public float height percent equals, we'll just put some number in. You know, I could figure out the exact right number with just a little bit of math. So right now, the width percent is 0.18. So 0.18 is to junior high algebra here. 0.18 is to x as, well, more like grade school math. It's not algebra really. It's basic ratios. You'd be surprised how everyone's forgotten it though. Okay, 0.18 is to, and then what's standard HD? 16.9? 16 width, 9 height. Am I right about that? HD ratio, 16.9. 1080. Yeah. Yeah, okay. That's what I'm after. I know people have different ratios, but this will get me here. give me a good number to start with. Okay, so 0.18 times 9 divided by 16. So it should be 0.1. Don't need to be super precise. Okay, that should do it. And this default value here is not matching what I know was correct before, so I might as well change it even though it's about to be deleted. What was that again? I just had it there. 0.18. Okay, fine. 0.18. Come on. 0.18. Okay, let's look at every place that uses width percent. Think about that. Okay, I feel like I'm going to make a number of changes here, and some of them might be a little hard to get back to. So let's go ahead and fix, or let's go ahead and get, let's go to Git and do a commit. Was it Godkill? Okay. Git status. Oh, no, it's well, what is it? GK. Okay, so if I mess this up, I can just go back to that previous commit. Okay, so my thought is just every place it's using width, let's say it's height. I kind of feel like just doing not width ratio, but pixel ratio. Render pixel height divided by face sheet CY base. Yeah, because I use this with the Y's too. Okay, so let's go pixel ratio. I'll just delete width percent, no longer used. And let's see what the result is. Hopefully nothing too crazy. Okay, height is at 0.1. Well, the question is, will it remain constant as I move it? It's not doing bad. It looks right to me. Okay, so let's increase the height percent to get it back where it was. There we go. I think that might be it. So it should be 2 off in this direction, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think that's about right. I'm going a little bit off over here. Maybe let's duck it down just a tiny bit to 8. I guess I don't mind her hair going off over there a bit. Okay, so she's got all this stuff. Alright, I think I got that one. Just my ratio calc wasn't working as expected, but okay, let me test this out by doing a maximize. Okay, 0.28, 0.28, 0.28, 0.28, 0.28, and then oh, even. Come on, you're modified. Oh, you don't like to do that because it's okay, fine. Let's go back to here, change this to 0.28. And what should happen when I go into the prefab is look at this value. Yeah, 0.28, cool. Good there. Game, maximize. If this works, I'm gonna call the stream right there. Is there anything else that I want to do? Because this should be 100%. I want it to be at 100%. Oh, I'll play it. I'll see if anything else pops out of me. Okay, that's right. That is the same proportion. There is one turn of delay after you come out of the camera duck. It takes one extra step for it to turn the head back on. And I think I could just put that in the update loop. And it should be all right. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. Flinging. Okay, why is her head visible? That would be the question. If I walk under, I'm all good. Okay, I flung that way. That worked. If I was here, flung this way. Okay, it's like it's, yeah, what is that? Okay, so there's some problems with the ducking logic. Let's fix that. I think the way to do it is we set a speaking opacity with the face. Else, if the camera is not ducked, and the faces are hidden, we've changed state here, right? Here we say hid faces equals false. There's going to be more logic here too later, because it's not just that we want all the faces at their speaking opacity all the time. It's going to be like, are they talking right now? Because if they're not talking, then they shouldn't. Yeah, okay. Okay, so this override should supersede let's do update face speaking opacity, and it won't actually set their opacity. So yeah, we just get rid of that. Because what will happen instead is dim is good. That's a good word. Okay. What will happen instead is we'll set the opacity in the update loop. This isn't bad. So whenever the board changes, we're not going to touch anybody's opacity, but we will, at that point, calculate the speaking opacity for each of the faces. Okay. And then when we get to the update loop, we check things in this order. If the camera's ducked, let's hide the faces if we need to, and then just return. If it's ducked, we're not doing any faces. We're just gonna make sure they're hidden, get out. Okay, the next thing to check is, has a player waited around for 3 seconds without pressing a key? If so, then just set all the faces to the highest opacity. It's like the player's asking to pay attention to the drama of the faces instead of the gameplay at that point. Or at least we're interpreting their pause as wanting that. And after that, we reset the hid face variable just in case it was set and we're coming out of it. And we set all the opacities of the faces to match the speaking opacity. To do later, add is speaking, add criteria of whether character is speaking or not. Okay. Good chance I broke something. Yeah. Yeah, something's off. It's no longer going to the dimmed view anymore. Now we got the duct. Yeah, okay. I really regressed here. This is just a step back. All right. So it feels like once it's been up for 3 seconds, it's going to stay at full opacity no matter what. I think what I'm seeing is the either the face opacity, the speaking opacity is not set, or the code that would set the face to it is never called. So one of the two things. I'll check the second one first. It seems like that one should get called, but it's not. So I guess let's see where it's exiting right now. Well, this is going to be true for the moment. That's one problem with me going into the debugger. All right, let me see if I walk around if it's still not. You are setting that there, so that should do something. Okay. Okay, cool. That does get called. Okay, this is set to 0.25. Right, so that should do something there. I'm guessing. Hmm. 0.25, right? Okay. Ugh. Bad thing when you got to step into some code and it's on the same line as the 4. Irritating. Okay. 0.25? Yes. Okay. So why wouldn't that opacity set work? Is it some on GUI nonsense? No, it can't be that. Okay, let me see if this is still screwy. No, that's fine. Oh, let's look at the face controller. That's important. Okay, fade to opacity, 0.25. Fade duration, 1/10 of a second. What's the current opacity at? 0.75 and holding. I should be able to update this. I've said go ahead and fade it. Is fading true? So everything is set right there. Let me see if anything else is calling this and messing it up. Well, now if I wait around, it's gonna mess it up, but okay. See, but here, God, what's the difference? Yeah, that's kind of mysterious. Okay, I got it. I got it. I figured it out. I can't repeatedly call this because each time I call it, it's going to say, go ahead and change from what you're currently at to the next state and take 0.2 of a second to do it. And if I already started down that path, I'm effectively saying restart that fade. Restart it each time it gets called. Since I'm always restarting that transition, it never continues along the transition. So I think what I want to do is just have another transition variable like this one. So here I can take this out. I might also be better served to put some state in here. Oh, the other thing I could do, I think this is better actually. Inside of face player or face controller, you can say if the new opacity is the same, or if the two opacity is already the same as what we were already going to, just don't fade to it. You're already on your way. If float util the same to opacity and fade to opacity. Let's say if it is fading, return. Okay. Let's see if that fixes it. That part's good. Yeah, it's looking good. We'll try out some other test cases. There's no duck for that, which is kind of nice. Okay, wait for 3 seconds. There we go. Then go to 100% or something less. No, it's at 75. That's good. Yes. Yeah, I got rid of that 1 turn delay. That looks right. Nice. Nice. That's great. It's looking pretty good. I would even go so far as to say I don't know any further issues with this. I think I'm calling it 100% for the auto fade. Let me add a few things for a future session. Ty is speaking. Tie a speaking state to characters. That affects visibility. Huh. That can be in speech module, I believe. Yeah, okay, I feel like that won't be too hard, actually. Okay, this has been a good session. I'm going to shut it down. And if anyone join me, that's awesome. Lurkers, I love lurkers. Lurk away and have a good rest of your night or day. Stopping the stream, stopping the stream, stopping the stream now.